So I think we don't have a whole lot of time left. We did want to at least open the floor up for just a couple questions. I don't know how to best do that. Maybe we got someone over here, so people just need to head down to the front real quick. We don't have time to get to everybody's questions, obviously, so we'll do the best we can. So I guess come up here up at the front. Here's a mic. And while that's happening too, just also wanted to give a huge shout out to the entire team. Obviously, it takes a lot of manpower, a lot of effort to produce something of this scale and scope. It was a huge team effort. Only a few of us could fit on stage here today, but did want to give a shout out to everybody at the studio and everybody who's worked on Halo for 10 years now. All right, so let's try and burn through some Q&A as fast as we can before they shut us down here. Just say your name real quick and ask your question.
Morning. My name is Ruben, proud native of Seattle, by the way. My statement, first of all, is thank you for a decade of all of this. Your art direction, your narrative, their scores. I personally consider you the Pixar of the game development world. Your hits keep coming, so. With that said, are there any launch events that we may or may not know about next week for Halo Reach?
Locally, you're talking about?
Anywhere or local or?
I think there's some stuff still coming together that some of our friends over at Microsoft are still trying to pull some stuff together. We're definitely going to be doing what we always do, piling a team of party-going Bungie folks into buses and hitting some stores over on our side of the lake. So. As soon as we get those details sorted out, once we get through PAX, we'll post them up on Bungie.net. But rest assured, at least one or two of the big gaming stores over on the east side, we're going to take over and throw out a bunch of free stuff. And,
EMP?
Yeah. There might be something going on there. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, right on.
Hopefully we'll have some information very soon after PAX.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, guys. My name's Alex. Just wanted to, seeing as how this is going to be your last Halo game for the foreseeable future, where would you guys like to see the Halo franchise go in the future? Kind of like how Ensemble put it into a different genre, a different studio handled it. Who would you guys like to see handle Halo other than 343, and what genre would you like to see it being explored in?
Guys, I don't know. Marty, you're never one to not have an opinion.
I don't think we have anybody other than 343 handling Halo, so I'm excited to play a Halo game that I didn't work on, and I'll be like a fan and just open it up and play it. So whatever they want to do, I'll be excited to play. We have faith, or Chris has faith.
Hey guys, my name's Angel. A quick question, it's nice and easy. You mentioned that you've got more concept art for Reach than you managed to get through the rest of the series. Does that mean we're getting a really, really big art book?
Yes, we will.
Yes, and just as an aside, is there any chance that can be bundled with a copy of the Halo 3 art book, since it's now gone for $300 on Amazon?
Wow, really?
$300
Dude,
for a
awesome.
copy, and yeah, I don't have that kind of money. But I'll happily buy another art book if you bundle it with it.
I think a 10 years of Halo art retrospective book would be pretty awesome.
I think that would be amazing.
Let's all email Frankie and we'll make that happen.
All right, hi, I'm Danny, and first I'd like to say you guys rock, because I was really cynical about shooters until I played Halo, being a little, snotty 14-year-old. My question is a little more personal, so concerning a Spartan 052, George, but I'm half Korean, half Mexican, so when I first learned about George, I was excited, because I was like, oh wow, awesome, a Hispanic Spartan, this is going to be cool, and then it turns out that's just a funny way of spelling George or something. Like, what was the motivation behind that? Spelling it like Jorge.
No, his name is Jorge, but 500 years in the future, they stopped saying it that way.
Really? What are they speaking Spanish, though? I mean... They're speaking Spanish in the future, which I know they do, because of the Hispanic Marine in Halo 2. Do they still pronounce it Jorge? I mean... Okay.
Well, it's kind of like Blade Runner when everyone's like just a mix of various races.
Yeah.
We didn't want to necessarily like create stereotypes and sort of like have a representation from sort of every nationality, but we wanted you to look at the Spartans and really see that they sort of came from all over. Like, I mean, if you're going to colonize a sort of an outer planet, then who is that sort of colonized by? Like, is it sort of like a mining colony from like sort of Hungarian or something like that? And yeah, really, it was just an effort to kind of give them rich histories.
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
Thank you.
There is a Spanish localized version of Reach where every character will speak Spanish. So.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris from New York. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for everything you've created. Even before Halo, you guys have rocked. So thank you again. Thank you on behalf of everyone here. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you. My question's about Firefight. You guys made Firefight for ODST, and I loved it. It's fantastic. You revamped it for Reach. I played it at the demo, and it's still awesome. But I know Firefight's constructed differently than multiplayer. You know, you have your multiplayer maps, and you guys have created DLC for previous Halos. How'd you guys go about thinking, or will you be making DLC for Firefight?
I don't know if that's something we can talk about, Brian.
I don't think we're authorized to discuss any potential DLC plans at this point. Let's get the game out first, but
I mean, I would say that, I mean, thank you. Like a lot of people on the team worked really hard on Firefight, and we hope you guys enjoy it. You can play it at the booth today. It's awesome. All the new things we've added in, all the customization. It has matchmaking support. I urge you guys to try it out. Day one, it's going to be fucking awesome.
whoa.
Thank you guys.
I'll add on that, I mean, while we can't talk about anything specific, we always support our games. We always support our community because we believe in you, the fans. Without you guys, we wouldn't be anything, and we thank you all. But we support our games all the time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, my Bungie.net username is Cortana5, and I had a general Halo question. Probably Marty or Marcus could answer it. As a huge marathon nerd, I grew quite fond of I grew quite fond of how you guys named the sequels. For those who don't know, Marathon Durandal and Marathon Infinity. My question was, for Halo 2 and Halo 3, was it ever considered, were subtitles like that ever considered? And had you used them, do you think before launch, would critics have thought of the game differently? Do you think, oh, it's just, with just Halo 2, oh, it's just a sequel, or with Halo 3, the Arc, they're like, oh, there's really some depth in the game. What do you think of that? Was it ever considered?
Oh, Marty's the grizzled of us. He's the most grizzled.
You know, I don't think we really ever considered Halo 2 and Halo 3 to have subtitles, mainly because for Halo 1, we wanted it just to be Halo originally. And some marketing people insisted that everybody would think it was some sort of religious cult game. So they wanted it to, the marketing people suggested several other subtitles. So that's where Combat Evolved came from. And we accepted that, and I think we maybe pushed back on having subtitles for 2 and 3. But actually, you know what? It would have been probably a nice idea to put a little more context underneath it, but we didn't.
All right, thank you.
I think they're saying we have time for one or two more questions, so sorry to everybody else in line.
All right, I'll be quick. My name's Ivy. Thank you. You guys rock. My question is, with all the different groups of people working towards the same goal, what made the cut that made the whole team, the whole company excited for Reach? It could be anything small, you know, something you didn't want Sage to nerf, you know, anything.
Sage's beard got the team excited, I know that.
Yes.
I'm starting mine right now, but I got a ways to go.
Well, you saw some of the early prototype ideas, and even that we called it the war room, that post-it note thing. I mean, we had so many ideas in that very early stage that actually made it into the shipping game. That's unprecedented to have that kind of foundation laid so early on, and for that kind of thing to actually continue to gain momentum and turn into a real thing. And with the prototypes you saw, with the boat and all that, there were some really crazy ideas we did try out, giants and such, that some of it made it in, some of it didn't, but it all got the team excited. Those were the things it was our job to communicate what we wanted to do to the rest of the team and to really evangelize the team and make them believe, what we're doing right here is going to be amazing. What we're doing is awesome. So it's hard work. It takes a lot of effort for us to, build some of those prototypes early on, get a lot of people involved who are going to be hands-on with developing those things, and so they can ultimately take ownership over it and drive those things with larger teams.
All right, we got last question.
Hi, my name is James Baker. This is for Mr. O'Donnell. I was wondering, what made you choose Dorian as your first impression for the Halo series?
Oh, wow. Basically, I knew I was going to have, when I came up with the idea of some monks singing, Dorian is the easiest key for monks to sing. I mean, it's a standard mode for monks singing. And but there's still some Dorian in Reach, but there's a lot of Phrygian in Reach. So watch for Phrygian.
Oh.
Those of you who know what that means.
So we have, right before we wrap up, just like every Halo game, you always want to stay through the credits. Joe's got something special to close out the panel on, but did want to just let you guys know real quick. I know things might be crazy as we try to exit here, but if you want to say hi to the guys, we're going to be signing some stuff a little bit later at 12:30 over in the Serpent Room. There's a big Halo Reach meetup. A lot more guys from the Bungie team are going to be coming down. I think we've got about 1,000 posters that we can sign and give away. Lots of prizes are going to be given away. Just a big meetup over in the Serpent Theater. So we'd ask you to come over there and see us at 12:30 because we're probably not going to really be able to do much as we leave the theater here. And we want to get the guys over across the street to get ready for that. So please come see us at 12:30. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. We can't wait to see you online in just a few days, September 14th. And thank you to all of our fans. We love you guys.
So we've got one more video, and this is our last Halo game. It's a little bittersweet and sad for us at the office right now. So we put together a video to just sort of express that emotion. And that is why the forklift no longer lifts. Thanks, everyone.